You gonna shock a lot of people. Yes, sir. Let me say a lot of for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you gonna shock a lot of people. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say I just shook the world. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say I just shook the world. Now you probably feel that since you're not on Oprah, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Denzel, the list goes on, level, that you don't have the ability to shock anybody. You probably feel that, man, I don't got millions in the bank, Reno. I ain't making six figures a month or even six figures a year, Reno. Some of you may be, but you want to make seven figures. But you feel that since you don't have the money that you want, that you're not able to shock anybody. I need you to understand something. Money is not the only thing that make you rich. What about being rich in spirit? Somebody drop in the comments and say I'm rich in spirit. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say I'm rich in spirit. See, you're going to shock a lot of individuals because they don't understand who's helping you. They don't understand how you're getting on these different levels and how you're able to walk in these different rooms and have this level of confidence without nobody standing behind you. You shock a lot of people. And so with that being said, family, we're going to speak about the reasons of why you shock a lot of people. And I'm going to say this too. Anytime a person is shocked, it's because they didn't believe in you, they underestimated you, or they didn't see what was in you. Let me say that once again, y'all. They didn't believe in you, they underestimated you, or they didn't see what was in you. There's so many different artists who would have been signed to a label or would have been signed to another artist that was bigger if only they seen what was in them. There's so many other businesses that will be just as big as Amazon or Walmart or any other corporation that we all know of, the Tesla enterprise, whatever the case is. If a business or a shark, the business, the Shark Tank show, the Shark Tank show, or anybody who's able to pull those type of plugs or push those type of buttons, it would be so many other businesses thriving if only they did not underestimate the ideas of that man or woman. It would be so many different things that are going and thriving and prospering and winning if somebody would have believed in them. And that's why you have to believe in yourself. That's why I tell you, you can shock so many people. You're shocking so many people on the level that you're at. That's why people who have more than you can be jealous of you. That's why people who are on a higher level making more money than you can be envious of you. This is why. Because you still have the shock factor. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. Shock factor. Y'all know why some people don't like to drop movies on Netflix and they only like for it to be dropped at the box office or in the movie theater? You know why? Because of the shock factor. The movie Sinners, I don't know if y'all seen it, right? But it's fairly old now, right? But the movie Sinners was not dropped on any, social media platform. It was dropped in the movie theaters, right? And the reason why is because I think Ryan Coogler, that's his name, he wanted it to have that shock factor. I still want people to go to the movies and know what it feels like to watch a movie, right? Get popcorn and the whole atmosphere and the whole vibe of it. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. You have that same thing. You ain't Netflix. You ain't Hulu. They just can't get access to you. They got to go out and see you to understand you. And that's why they can't stand you. All right, but let's go ahead and get directly into it, y'all, without going into a long intro. Y'all know I will do it, and it's almost too late, but here we are. Second video of today, y'all. We are in the famous living room, all right, right here in front of the legendary gray couch. And y'all already know, anytime I am in front of the legendary gray couch, something legendary gonna be said, all right? And that's just how they go. And y'all know I had somebody who said, and they're actually a good supporter, but I had somebody who said, man, Reno, I missed the car videos, right? So I may bring some car videos back, y'all. You never know. But also, I have a lot of people who like the legendary couch videos. So I would say, and this is anything in life, you will never be able to accommodate and please everybody all at once, right? That's just how life is in general. And I don't say that in a terrible way. It's just, some people like the car videos, some people like the living room videos. I just say keep dropping videos, right? But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get directly into it. All right. Leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Here we are, y'all. Number one reason of why you shock people, all right, and why you're going to shock a lot of people. Number one is visibility and radiance. Visibility and radiance. See, chosen ones have, or they often possess a strong inner light, okay? Some chosen ones don't truly embody who they are. Therefore, they can dim their own light. However, those who are aware that they are chosen and those who are aware of their greatness and their powers, they're going to possess that strong inner light. That is what gives them the visibility. That is what gives them the radiance, right? Some people just naturally stand out. It is what it is, right? It ain't got nothing to do with the hairstyle. It ain't got nothing to do with what a person wearing. It may have a little bit to do with the hairstyle of what they're wearing, but for the main part, y'all, it's the inner light that they have that causes them to stand out. A person can have a messed up hairdo, messed up shoes, but somebody gonna say, hey man, there's something about you, right? Because they have that effortlessly visibility and that brightness, right? That many people don't have. And you have to understand something. It's going to be overwhelming to a lot of people. Your energy is overwhelming. Your spirit is overwhelming. Your light is overwhelming. Therefore, you're going to make people feel less significant, right? When people come around you, they automatically feel like I don't have, any room to grow. I don't have any space to be big. I don't have the room to shine, right? That's how you are. When people come around you, you have that visibility and that radiance, right? If you put Matt Ryan and Tom Brady on the same football team, I'm sorry, Tom Brady is going to outshine Matt Ryan, right? Stars shine bright, but some stars shine brighter than others. And that's just the way it goes. Why? Because of the visibility and radiance. Point blank period, y'all. Number two, it's going to be this right here, y'all. Envy and insecurity. Envy and insecurity. Now, we all know what envy and insecurity is, right? But let's just break it down, for those who don't know. Envy is when you hate a person, when you truly dislike a person, right? That's envy. Now, jealousy and envy is two different things. Jealousy is when you hate that a person possesses certain things like, I wish he didn't have his wife. I wish he didn't have her husband. I wish he wasn't making this much money more than me, right? That's jealousy. You hate that you dislike that they possess certain things, right? But when it comes to envy, you truly despise this person. Envy is something, it's different, y'all. Envy is when you just can't stand the person. Make sense what I'm saying? And so the insecurity part is a person feeling as if they are lacking something. The insecurity part is when a person feel like they don't have something. They are uncertain about something, whether it's how short or long their hair is, their skin complexion, the way they articulate themselves, the way they present themselves, right? So when you combine those two together, y'all, the reason why you're going to shock a lot of people is because of the envy and insecurity they carry when it comes to you. See, what happens is, y'all, your light exposes others' feelings, and it shows the low self-esteem and self-worth that they have on the inside of themselves. They feel very inadequate. They feel very unworthy. And when you come around, y'all, it causes them to envy that thing on the inside of you. You know what, y'all? What happens is confidence actually comes off as cocky to the insecure, right? Confidence come off as arrogant to the insecure. It truly does. And so what happens is it leads to resentment, right? It leads to resentment to where they feel that the chosen one is so big. The chosen one is so great. The chosen one is so wide, right? Within capacity to where they take up too much space. Therefore, they don't see a future on the job if you're there. Therefore, they don't see a future in the relationship if y'all are two couples together. They don't see a future in the marriage if y'all are combined together. They don't see a future within the business. Yeah, this is very big. I had a business partner, and he was actually my friend before my business partner. The way the relationship went was it went mentor, friend, brothers, business partners, and all of that above. And then it just faded, right? So this guy was my dude, right? He was like my brother at some point. But what happened was the mentoring came from him showing me more about life, things that, other male figures never showed me, right? Credit cards, and, we had conversations with women about women, right? I didn't learn a whole bunch from him about women, but y'all get the gist. We just was talking about adult things just in life, from money, people, women, food, traveling, just stuff like that, right? Things that men would talk about. And I would show him things about music because it was me who had the music videos and the connection to directors and connections to studios and, connections to other people. So I was mentoring in that. If it wasn't for me, he would have never opened up his business. It was that deep for us. So it was like a mentor relationship. He was mentoring me on life, and I was mentoring him on business and music and video, right? And so then it went to actually friends. We became friends. So now it's a mutual respect. You're not above me. I'm not above you, right? We're eye to eye. And some of y'all may be wondering, well, Reno, if y'all are the same age, wouldn't it naturally be that? Well, this guy happened to be about 6-7 years older than me, or 8 years older than me. But you gotta realize, y'all, I am mature for my age, right? The audience I speak to is probably 20 years older than me, right? But when God gives you a certain spirit or soul, it does not discriminate to who it can reach. Make sense? Just to give y'all clarity on that. But it went from mentor, right? So I'm mentoring him on business, music. I'm mentoring him on all these different things as far as creativity and innovations, getting music videos done, LLCs, all that. Because that was me. I had my first business at 18 years old, right? And he's mentoring me within life, things that nobody else taught me. And so I'm thinking, man, this is a dope relationship. Now we become friends. So we go from being, now we're friends, and now we kind of creep into this brotherhood, right? And then we get into this thing of what we're doing business together. Now we're doing music videos together. Now we're doing movies together. Now we're doing short films, and now we're going to business meetings. We was a team. And then envy and insecurity creeps in. Envy and insecurity creeps in. And now there's no relationship at all. There's no relationship at all. You know why, y'all? For this very reason. When you are too big in personality, too big in dreaming, too big in articulation, too big just as the character that God has gifted you. When you're too big, some people feel like they don't have space to grow. But family, two giants can coexist. You don't have to be the biggest. I don't have to be the biggest. He don't have to be the biggest. We can coexist being giants together. It's not about being the biggest. It's about being big together. Why you think Dame Dash, Jay-Z, and Biggs, they separated? Because it can only be one lion in the jungle, especially when you're talking about men. But that goes right back to envy and insecurity. Number 3, y'all, it's going to be this right here. Inherent conflict. Inherent conflict. And so basically, y'all, it's a conflict of interest, okay? As a chosen one, you're going to go through betrayal, the opposition, enemies hating on you. It's going to be so many different things that you come across within your chosen path. And so it's going to be a conflict of interest between you and them. This is inherent conflict. Why is it a conflict of interest? Because if they're trying to stop you on your chosen path, if they're trying to prevent you from moving on your chosen path, if they're trying to hinder you on your chosen path, wouldn't that be a conflict of interest? That's no different from a man trying to stop a woman within her tracks, right? She getting her life back together. Or maybe she already had it together. She's trying to get a degree. She's trying to take care of her kids. Or maybe she don't have kids. In other words, y'all, she's trying to do all things righteously. But here go this man who the enemy sent. He got everything she want. I'm sorry, y'all. He got everything she want. He got everything she loves. He got all the things she's attracted to. So guess what? It's a conflict of interest because he's not trying to go in the same direction as her. She's going a whole nother way. He's saying, hey, come over here. He's trying to throw her off focus. He's trying to distract her. He's trying to disturb the mission. He's not doing it for himself. He's not doing it for her. He's doing it for the agent, or he's an agent for the enemy, which means he's working for the enemy. Yeah. So understand something, y'all. This is inherent conflict. This is why you're going to shock so many people. Y'all have a conflict of interest. Number 4, y'all, it's going to be this right here. You are highlighting other struggles. You are highlighting other struggles. You are highlighting other struggles, y'all. I don't say this in a braggadocious way. I don't say this in a way of, being petty. That's not what I'm saying, y'all. But you have to realize the facts. The facts is you are a mirror to many people. Yeah. You are a mirror to many people, which means you constantly remind people what they're not doing, right? So you take a father who's there for their kids. He's there for all of his kids. Like, he go to recitals, he go to meetings, he go to a parent-teacher conference. He picking up report cards. This man is doing everything. He throwing the football with his son. He's helping his daughter out. Like, he's a very present father. And then let's just say he goes around other men who's not taking care of their duties as a man. What happens? He's going to highlight other people's struggles. You know why? Because he's not coming around bragging like, hey, man, I did this, what you did. He like, yeah, man, I just did this for my son. He's having a regular conversation. He's not trying to brag. He's not trying to be, a butthole. That's not what he's trying to do. What he's trying to do is all that he was called to do. What he's trying to do is only be there for his child. Make sense? But the people who's not there for their children, they're going to feel away because you're doing all the things I know I need to be doing. Make sense, y'all? This is what you have. This is why you shock a lot of people, right? Number 5, y'all, it's going to be this right here. Your unwavering purpose. Your unwavering purpose. You're not willing to throw your purpose away for nobody. You're not willing to stop your purpose. You're not willing to give up your purpose. You're not willing to allow a person to distract you from your purpose. You're not willing to stop any of that because your purpose is the most important thing, right? Why? Because it is your God-given assignment. Brina, what are you saying right now? See, they wouldn't expect for you to have an unwavering purpose. Imagine being the person who was bullied all your life. Imagine being the person who was cheated on, beat on, betrayed. Imagine being the person who was talked about, mocked, laughed at. The list goes on. You was the laughing stock. Imagine being that person. And now they got to come work for that very person. The same people who beat him up. The same people who bullied him. The same people who talked about him. Now they got to work for him. You know why that person shocked so many people? Because they wouldn't believe that they have an unwavering purpose. You would think that that person is like some type of worm or some type of bug. We just get to thump them away and forget about them. Somebody drop in the comments and say, you will never forget me. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, you will never forget me. This is what I'm saying. When you have that unwavering purpose, y'all, you're going to shock a lot of people because they didn't expect for you to be the one who was going to break generational curses. They never expected for you to be the one who was going to break through and become successful. And they did not think that you would be the one who would help them after all they did to you, and not in a good way. you have an unwavering purpose. But family, with that being said, this is how you're going to shock a lot of people. All right. Number one, y'all, as a recap, visibility and radiance. Number two, envy and insecurity. Number three, inherent conflict, aka conflict of interest. Number four, highlighting other struggles. And number five, y'all, unwavering purpose. Y'all already know how we do. As we conclude this video, y'all make sure y'all go over to the Rich Mentality Academy, join the membership and meet your tribe. Y'all be sure to book a one-on-one session with your boy. Of course, y'all be sure to drop a, I'm sorry, I'm not drop anything, but y'all make sure y'all go get a Yes Sir t-shirt, all right? And on top of that, y'all make sure y'all check out any one of those books, okay? But I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.